Hi, I'm back. I felt called to take a break from my little project that I've been working on all day to do a reading. Um, After I got back from getting myself a sweet treat from 7-Eleven. All right, jumping in. I've got classic, of course. We've got animal guides. Busted everything. We got Crow Tarot, and we've got which one is it? Angels and Ancestors, of course. All right, let's see. I want to start with some tarot, just regular schmegular, see what comes on out. Don't mind my low energy today. I have been on the grind and I have not sipped off the coffee that this camera is sitting on yet, so you know. Let's see. Okay, that was way too many. Let's see. Okay. All right. On the floor. So I've got, first guy that came out was, I believe this is Nine of Swords in reverse. And then we've got Queen of Cups. And then I've got Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So initially when I got the Nine of Swords, I believe, I'm not going to count it. What was it? I just lost it. Oh, coming out of it, because typically upright, this is more so like a state of like sorrow, anxiety, all these things. I always, give these swords as a metaphor as having a lot of thoughts, on the mind. It's up here, a lot of, maybe like I'm hearing like sharp memories. And then with the Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups facing this guy though, I'm getting kind of a, looking at it from a different perspective, in the sense of looking at this as like looking at this like this could have been like how initially emotions were caught and then really just like, that's not the right word, just like just like zoomed in on, you know what I mean? But with it in reverse and with her facing it, I'm getting like just kind of being done with that way of thinking about it, you know what I mean? But with this Ace of Pentacles, I would like to pull in a card for that. However, let's see what I got. All right, we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So, I think maybe there was some false thought or some false like perspective. Like I'm looking at this portal and I'm thinking of it as kind of like a window, like this false way of looking at dealing with emotions that was thought as like, if I hold it all in and if I don't like, if I just wait, if it all just, it just crushes me at the end of the day, then in some way that will be serving me. But I think that it was just giving this like bad weather an opportunity to come in. And speaking of bad weather, again, we've heard in the last video a little metaphor for this card. But in reverse, we have these guys now, which initially were not going inside for help, or now going in with a sense of faith and stuff like that. And I'm getting kind of like looking at all the time as like wasted. But I don't think it was wasted. I think that although this is in reverse, like it was an opportunity to change her perspective on it, like how she's changed her perspective on it. She's looking at it differently. She's dealing with her emotions differently, She, coming back to the last reading, I think, like, she really has learned to allow the emotions to flow rather than grabbing them and putting them up on the wall, you know what I mean? Like, getting too attached to these things that we are prone to get upset about, and then you know, imagination can kind of like take it from there. But instead of like in the moment, we can look at those things and like, rather than just kind of like, ooh, and like, you know, put them away for later and just like agonize about them, we can like go inside of ourselves and we can really like tune into what the dealio is. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's do like one more pull from this deck. All right, this guy flew out. Yeah. This is all dealing with some kind of heartache. So you could be dealing with, I'm not really feeling anything present. I think that at this point, things are circling back, whether it be karmic cycles or whatever, but I think that mentally things are circling back. You're getting reminded of things. There could be even like little drop-ins from the past and stuff like that. And I think where you initially used to really like let this shit like penetrate and like hurt and really just, again, like agonize over it. And that's what comes from like holding on to it and be like, oh, you know what I mean? But letting it just flow like how she is now, it's completely like flipped it, you know what I mean? And now you're going into yourself and you're able to look at this heartache and you know what to do with it, is what I'm getting. And I think that that calls for like this is like an end of a cycle type thing. Whereas now, like, you have a completely or very different like perspective on it and how to deal with it. You know that I'm just getting kind of, it is what it is, and like it's happened, and all you can do is learn from it. You know what I mean? And thinking of it like different from that is kind of what held you up, you know? Like, you got to let this stuff flow. You got to let it just kind of wring itself out. And that doesn't mean ignore it again or anything like that. It's just to really look at it and just notice how it feels different from the last time you felt that, you know, whether it be a heartache coming up or a person or whatever, and like how maybe you don't feel that like like so strongly anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you're able to like move past it faster. You're able to like look at it, see what's going on around you, or what's making you feel this, or maybe why it's coming up or whatever it is. But it's not affecting you like it used to. It's like you're able to feel secure in coming back to yourself in that moment, and like being able to forgive yourself or forgive them or the situation, whatever it might be. All right, I want to pull from this Crow deck. Banger deck, by the way. I don't normally look too much at decks like little books, but I love the book with this one. They have really great little, it's almost like little stories. Let's see. Let's just do two. I've been really surrounded by the word doubles lately. That could be significant to you as well. Let's see. Oof. All right. So I've got the Sun in reverse, the Magician. I've got two more right here. Knight of Swords in reverse. What is this? 2, 4, 6, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, seven of Pentacles upright. Right? So 2. I didn't do too well in math. Yeah. 7 of Pentacles. I want one more. There we go. And then we got 2 of Swords in reverse. So that's Crossroads in reverse. So that's typically meaning a decision has been made of some sort. All right, so starting with the Sun and then the Magician. Sun in reverse. Let's see. Beautiful artwork. I'm getting a kind of very clearly like alchemization energy. There's been just like a great shifting, and it's like I don't know if presently for you, well, presently for me, I should say, the weather has been very foggy and very dull, and my vitamin D levels are at all-time low. But I'm seeing this as like the sun is coming out through this alchemization. Yeah. And I'm even kind of getting that with like the top of this artwork right here. You can kind of see the sun breaking through right behind him. Acknowledging all of your tools. You're just kind of in a pure like, I'm getting kind of like just a full-blown surrender to the point where you have like really like sat down and like emptied your pockets type shit. The Knight of Swords in reverse, typically the fastest, most like, I would say, unstable knight. With it in reverse in this case, I'm getting like a slowdown, like a very strong slowdown. And that mixed with the Seven of Swords, he's kind of like up here in his nest with all of these things, all these pentacles. And pentacles, although items, they have taken a long time to become those things, you know what I mean? So you could be very strongly and actively working on your stuff, very head down in your things, and through that process, working out your own stuff. Like, again, all the stuff that you've had a perspective switch on or whatever it is. But you've kind of are at this point. I'm, again, going to the crossroads, although it's in reverse, just like sitting with all of this, just like all of this work that you've put in, both like emotionally, mentally, physically, like into the things that you could be your, I don't know, your own endeavors, or like whatever you feel like you've put all this progress into. And then you're at this like, it's like a stillness now, you know what I mean? Getting kind of like prepared for the storm, but then like this time the storm never came, almost. Like maybe you subconsciously just like something bad is gonna happen, you know? And then I'm thinking of just like recently I was seeing all these interesting posts about people preparing for a storm in Texas, and then just like ransacking the fucking stores of all their groceries and stuff, and nothing really happened. I guess there was like barely an inch of snow or whatever, but kind of that energy. So it's like expecting almost like a tower moment from all of this, like all this like preparation maybe, and all of this just like head down, like grinding all this stuff out, like thinking like there's gonna be like a final boss or something, and it just never came. But I'm getting like a good energy with that. Like, oh shit, let's see, I want to come right up. Who's this? Six of Cups. Six of Cups upright. I'm trying to think what that is in the regular tarot. Well, in this case, you know, in Minecraft, like when how the sunflowers are always facing the sun, and how badly I wish that was real in real life. Anyways, I see all these sunflowers facing these cups, and I'm even like, my attention is being brought to like these two little guys up here in the back. Like, I'm getting so much that in my head I just hear spring is here, you know, spring, like here comes fucking spring, you know. I think we get so caught up in that like October phase or that fall phase of just shenanigans, and then it all just goes into fucking winter, and it's just like craziness and bananas. But I'm seeing now like it's just the sun is coming, and you are able to like, it's just really like shining down on like all of this progress that you've made, and the things that are outside of it, like these sunflowers and stuff like that, are admiring these cups. They're facing them, you know. And I'm getting from that like growth, and there's little like, I want to say poppies at the bottom of this as well, like just grounded in the same as these Six of Cups. I think that's also a nostalgia card. I'm trying to think of it in my head of what that is in the regular deck. Let's get some more on that. Ooh. Okay. Again, we got the Queen of Cups, and then I've got the Temperance. Oh wait, no, we've got, oh wait, so the Hermit in reverse, actually. Okay, Queen of Cups, and oh, this could be a yeah. Again, I'm just getting this, like, you're coming out of it like this, almost like a cave, you know, and some kind of like, I don't even know if like you've been even telling people about this type shit, like, but it's being kind of, the only way it's being seen is just like how hard you're working in other areas of your life, but people aren't directly seeing like the inner work that you've been doing, and that's been like happening. But you're at a point now where it's like this impending feeling is nothing negative, but it is simply you are being pushed out. You know, you are being like, okay, time to come out. It's going out. You know what to do. You can do it now. It's time to go. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's get some more on that. All right, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Tell me about this one. King of Swords. One more card. I'm a little bit. Ace of Cups in reverse. I don't think anymore that this overgiving thing is going to be too much of a problem. I think that you've got a different crown on your head. You know what I mean? You could be experiencing like a ringing in the ears and then like a tingling sensation in your, like, around your head and your head. I'm going to say like right here as well. It's like it's been so much of a, like, trying to like almost prove like this work that's been happening, right? But whatever else you're doing is causing you to put that into yourself now. And you're seeing how fast that, how quickly your skill develops now. You know what I mean? Like, even if you take a break from it for like 2 weeks, you might suck for like an hour, and then all of a sudden you're coming up with some crazy fucking ideas, and you're working there like you've been doing it for 60 years, you know? And also with the King of Swords, I'm getting like people are seeing this, and I don't think that it's necessarily, they're thinking that you're like an overconfident, like egotistical fucking guy or a girl, or they or them, or hey, whoever. I think it's more of a, they're curious, and they're like, oh, this is like a new, something different with this. Yeah, you know what I mean? But he's got these like feathers down below him and stuff like that, and I'm kind of taking that as like some kind of sacrifice. Like, there's been a lot of sacrifice to get up to this point. However, like, coming out of this whole like hermit situation of some kind, where it could even just be a part of you that's just like been a little bit way up here, you know, and maybe people have started to take notice or whatever it might be, but you're fucking like grounded, dude. And you're not, I don't see you like losing yourself again this time. Or if you do, you're gonna catch yourself really fast. There's this new authoritative, this new discipline that's like inside of you and a part of you now. And it's just getting like a bad decision, or a decision that might get you hurt or whatever. I'll use like an example of like when I used to go to shows as a younger man. I had no problem jumping into the pit and like getting with the intention of getting as badly hurt as I could. Not like getting into fights, but I just, you know, it just gets a little silly sometimes. And now I like go in there like a fucking old head, and I bring my little camcorder and I just record, or I'll just like, nod away on the side and just watch and be happy that these kids are doing the same shit. But it's kind of like that. Like, it's like I'm a little, my back already hurts coming in here. Like, I think I'm gonna hold off. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Okay, let's get into some Oracle, yeah? I'm immediately feeling the angels and ancestors, so let's jump into them. Boom. All right, let's see. All right, one more. Okay, so I've got the Stag, Trust and Thrive. Cool. We've got the Spirit Fox, Trust your talents in changing times. That's literally what I was just saying. And then we got the Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. Yes. I'm just kind of getting this like a little daydream in my head of like this like leaning against a tree or something, and then like its vines just like come around and just kind of like embrace you a bit, and just kind of like, it's fine, we're chilling, you know what I mean? Like, you're good, you did it, bro. Like, relax, you know? Let's see if we can get some quick little messages from these ones. Spirit Fox. Let's see if I can find him real quickly. Oh boy. This one doesn't have numbers, of course. Okay, wait, I just saw this steer. There it was. Come here. Come here. Oh my lord. Come here. Here we go. Message. Stay alert as changes in the air. Energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not be comfortable, you are equipped with all you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge, but open to the shifts occurring, because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, as you are being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon the Spirit Fox medicine to help you be seen for who you are, and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. It's crazy, literally what we were just talking about. That is crazy. And then I just saw the Stag. Damn. If I can find the other one really quickly. No, I don't think I'm going to. Okay, well, that's the one we're going to read from there. And then let's see what I can quickly get from the animal guides. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Yoink. These ones are easy because it's pretty much written on the card. Let's see. Quick little shuffle, that's all. And let's get one more. Okay, sure. Let's just... I am not taking 8, bro. Okay, let's get one more, please. Okay. Let's just gonna quick run off. Let's see. We've got the Cuckoo. Important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Do not hesitate to move in new directions you know are right for you. This guy. Awesome. We've got the Squirrel, 4 of Earth. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. And then we've got the Peacock. It's time to release the past and move on to something new. The ending is the first step to a happier future. These are all resonating. How interesting. Chariot, Arabian horse. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you are receiving. Lovely. And then finally, we've got the Elephant, Justice. Fair decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. Lovely. Amazing. Let's see. What is coming up in this collective's future? Very soon future. Let's see. Let's see what comes out with these guys. And I'll clarify with the tarot card, and that'll be it. Come on, baby. Come on out. There we go. All right. We've got Nine of Fire, Gazelle. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. And then just to clarify that guy, just to see if there's any more information, it's got a tarot card. Again, we got the Crossroads in reverse. So right now, to end off this reading, I'm getting within your projects, within your own work, there could be just like this annoyance of maybe things are slightly not going wrong, but I want to say like maybe you were like doing something and like it kind of like something breaks or whatever it is. Like all these little things, like there's just going to be a couple more little pokes, you know what I mean? Considering you are the bear. But right now think of the Crossroads as this decision's already been made, but let's make sure we stay on the path. You know what I mean? Those annoyances will just become like fucking bitter silence very, very soon. All right, guys, I appreciate you joining me tonight. I really do. Have a great night and stay tuned in, Imaginer.